In digital photography, white balance is the process of removing unrealistic color casts so that objects that appear white in person actually look white in your photograph. True white balance in your camera has to take into consideration the color temperature of the light source. Color temperature simply refers to the warmth or coolness of white light. The human eye is very good at judging true white under different types of lighting. Digital cameras, on the other hand, often have difficulty determining the white balance automatically, resulting in images with strange blue, orange, or green color casts. Understanding how white balance works can help you avoid these strange color casts, which can improve your photographs under a wide range of lighting conditions. This is an example of both a correct and incorrect white balance for the same image. In the correctly white balanced image on the left, the skin tones look natural, while the image on the right has skin tones that look orange. Different sources of light have different color temperatures. These temperatures are measured in Kelvin, and a lot of the times you might find 2000K or 6500K on the white balance menu in your camera. A high Kelvin value means a very blue cast light source, and a low Kelvin value represents a very orange-like cast light source. When your camera is set to auto white balance, it will try its best to make a guess that is based on a white object in the scene as a reference. And you can already see how this can be an issue, because what if there is no white object in the scene? That is where your camera is very likely to misjudge the white balance in the image. This is why it is essential for you to understand what white balance is, so that in such situations you can manually set the correct white balance on your camera. This table represents the approximate color temperatures in Kelvin for different light sources. In most cases, these values are more than adequate to get the right white balance straight off the table. However, some tweaking might be necessary, especially in mixed lighting environments. The advantage of digital photography is that the use of white cards is no longer necessary. If you shoot RAW, which is an image file format that is less compressed than JPEGs and has a lot more information, you can essentially do your white balancing after taking the picture on your computer. RAW shooting will be covered in another class in the future, where more complex aspects of digital photography will be taught. A quick and easy way to change your white balance on the fly is to use the presets that are in your camera. Basically, every single camera these days has white balance presets that the user can change at the flick of a button. I suggest just scrolling through all of them and eyeballing to pick the right one. An easy way to help you decide on the correct one is to look at the scene with the naked eye and then try to match that with what's at the back of your camera display. Now, white balance doesn't always have to be correct, and as a matter of fact, it can actually be completely off to achieve a desired artistic effect. For example, I'm sure a lot of you have heard of the orange and teal look that a lot of photographers use these days in their images. That look is intentional, and if you put a white sheet of paper in an orange and teal photograph, you will easily see that the paper will have a very weird color cast to it that can be orange or greenish. In situations like that, the color cast is completely intentional. However, it is important to remember that all those images are initially shot with the correct white balance, as should all images. And then filters or presets and edits are done in post-production on a computer or mobile device to achieve the desired look. So ultimately, when it comes to taking photographs, the white balance should always be correct. Thanks for listening, and stay tuned for the final lesson of this class, where we'll take a look at different ways in which you can tinker with your aperture, shutter speed, and even ISO to achieve certain visual artistic effects.